Guys, welcome to the Tuesday Night Live Show. I'm Bob, your host, and what a beautiful Tuesday this has been. And we hope it has been a great one for you too. Good news, bad news. Good news is it's only 83 days till Christmas. Bad news is if you're not prepared, time is running low for many of us. We'll start our claus season even sooner with a large portion of us starting here sometimes in October. But don't fret, just back those pointy ears. Get to work. You got this. All right, the opening of tonight's show is brought to you by Set Bob's Professional Technical Training School for Christmas Entertainers. The legend lives on. This is Tuesday Night Live. Welcome back. Tonight's show is episode 36, and our guest is always a show favorite. We want y'all to know we appreciate all your support and remind everyone the more we share, the better we become. In the spirit of giving, as we clauses do, please give a standing ovation with applause for this guy, the man with too much energy, my sidekick and instigator, Santa Spangle.
Hey guys, hello. It's great to be here, man. This is gonna be a fun show. I'm digging it. Hey,
Yeah.
you said the good news is it's only 83 days till Christmas. Then I thought you were gonna say, and the bad news is it's only 83 days till Christmas. So if you
Well,
ain't ready,
I started to word it that way, and then I got to thinking, well, let's put a twist on that because everybody would be expecting that. That is true. I mean, the bad of it is,
yeah, I think the bad thing is 84. When it's all done
yeah,
and over with, I mean, we're not ready for it to be done and over with. I mean, we want to go. And there's a lot of like downhill that a lot of the Santas experience when their season does come to an end. I mean, they're rock stars. They're going out. They're bam doing this and doing that, doing this. And now the cookie plate is empty and they don't know what to do.
no, I've had that a couple of years. So tired, I just couldn't wait till the mall closed on the 24th, so I could just get home and get some rest. Man, by the time you get 2 or 3 days of rest, you're bored and you want to start all over and do it again. It don't take long. It's really, I don't think anybody that's not in the industry don't realize how addictive this can be. Like you said, we're kind of rock stars and there's a lot of attention, but most of us do it because we get the satisfaction of helping others. And that's for me, uh, like you've always said, there's a lot of children in your area that may not get to see Santa, and with your mobile trailer that you're putting together, and you're going to be able to serve those communities that may not be able to get out to a mall or may not get to go where Santa is. So
Can
kudos.
can we just do this like three weeks out of every month?
That would be pretty cool. Now we can handle that.
Yeah.
We can handle that. As long as we had a little bit of downtime to R&R, get our feet back under us,
Yeah,
that
you
would
have
work.
somebody over there? Yeah,
Over here,
yeah,
yeah,
Angela.
yeah, we're gonna give it up for her. Give it up for our producer and much more, Angela Mack, who is always very proud and blessed to have her. She says, yeah. All right. You want to be too cool for school? Check out fancylees.com for all our exclusive merchandise. Everybody needs to get a little piece of TNL swag if you can. Go over and check out fancylees.com. Hey, you want to catch us live on a big screen? Do it on YouTube. I noticed there was a comment from Rex Ray pointing towards Gina. So let me see if I can find it real quick.
Hey, you're
Yep.
not supposed to announce the name yet.
Everybody knows she's here tonight. And watching the best and most gorgeous agent around on my 75 tonight, 75 inch tonight.
Oh, she's gonna
All
be
right.
all
Anyway,
worried about her hair. I hope my hair.
she was, wasn't she? The Tuesday Night Live Show, 1225. That's the channel address over there on YouTube. Plus, you don't want to miss a single show. You just don't. And subscriptions are free. That's right. I said free.
And
If
let
you
me
haven't subscribed,
point out something too. I mean, hey, we have a lot of followers that follow us here on Facebook. But even if you follow us on here on Facebook, go over to the YouTube channel and just hit subscribe. We need to get those subscriptions up over there.
we do. We really do. And it's going to benefit the channel to be able to continue to increase what we do here on the show. I mean, we do have costs, that are associated with the channel. We've talked about
There's
that.
no cost to them.
Yeah, but it's no cost to them. It's costing us. But here's the thing. I was watching a program last night, and there was an article on about a young man that does YouTube shock. He'll run up with his phone and stick it in people's face. Well, somebody got mad and went off on this guy, right? Actually pulled a gun out and shot him. He survived. He's good. But in the interview, they were talking about that he gets about $3,000 from YouTube. That's how he supports himself. And so the shock factor is part of how he has built his channel. Now, we're not all about shock over here at Tuesday Night Live, but we would appreciate if we could build our channel up more. And it takes 1,000 subscriptions to get monetized, and that's what we've been trying to work towards this whole season. And we're getting there slowly, but we're sure not even a quarter of the way there yet. So, or
It's a
barely.
shock that we get all these wonderful guests on here with us.
I know, absolutely, absolutely. All right, so you can find us on Facebook. If you're over on YouTube, we are at the Tuesday Night Live Show. Just check us out there if you'd like. We store all of our videos, recorded shows, which we do live, but they're all recorded and stored on YouTube and on Facebook. You can find them in either place. All right, so tonight's Tuesday Night Live Show trivia is brought to you by School of Santa's 2024, hosted by that gentleman sitting right there, Mr. Spangle, in picturesque Branson, Missouri, where education and fun meets.
All right, trivia time, guys. Okay, when was the last monthly blue moon? What astrological phase did it occur, and when will our next monthly blue moon appear? What is the unique distinction that the last blue moon was referred as? And I didn't even realize these were blue moons. So that explains something that I've been wondering about for so long. Because they say the moon is made out of cheese. Now I know where they get the blue cheese.
I had blue cheese dressing on my salad last night. How about that?
Yeah,
The thing that. Go ahead.
Oh, now I get it. It's mind blown.
In doing the research for the Monday show and the Tuesday show, and I mentioned this yesterday on the Bob and Randall show, that I'm amazed at how much I learned that at my age you would think I would already know, but these moons are fascinating because of the different cycles, the different astrological periods that they may show up in, how many we have each year. Some years we have more, some years we have less, and then there's other names for them. The whoop moon, the blood moon. I mean, there's so many different characteristics of the moon that I didn't realize.
Well, now I know where the blue cheese comes from. Yesterday, I found out that milkshakes come from California, from the cows from the earthquakes. See, it's just mind blowing what you learn every day, and a lot of it you learn right here on this show. So if y'all didn't know, that's where milkshake comes from some cows out in California when the earthquake happens. Now you learned something. Write this down. Take notes, guys.
They do say that the dairy products coming from California are some of the best. Of course, now Wisconsin has the cheese, as we were just speaking of cheese. But I've heard, California dairy is milk, and some of the products are Some of the best. I don't know. Don't know what it is about California that makes it so good.
All
All
right.
right, you
Anyways,
ready?
let's get on with the show, huh? Because people are dying to meet this person. Time
Yes,
now
they
to
are.
introduce our featured guest. But she is not a stranger to the show. She has been on regular of sorts, as we've had her on multiple times a year. Everything is better with bacon. And I'm telling you what, I got bacon jam in the refrigerator. Anyways, everybody's favorite personality, our dear friend, Miss Gina Bacon of Nationwide Santas.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good, good.
Woo! Hi Bob, hi
Yeah,
Spangle, hi Angela. Thank you so
we're all
much for
doing
having
good,
me
Gina.
on.
Before we get into the show too deep here, I know you traveled this last weekend. You don't get out much, girl, but you did go to California. We were just talking about California. How was your trip?
Oh my gosh, you know what? I drove to California and I bought a car in October. I got an electric car. So, and I only drive it around Vegas. So when I drive around, I charge it up in my garage. I've never really been on a trip. I actually went on a trip. So we charged it up in Baker, like from Vegas to Baker, that's an hour drive. And then I had to charge it again when we got to Barstow. And I said, that's really weird. Why do I have to keep charging this car? Well, come to find out I had it in the wrong gear. And I was driving this car in the wrong gear and I was draining the battery. So anyway,
Oh my goodness. Well,
we
you live and learn, I guess. There's always a lesson there every day you get up. You look and face the day. There's always something there that's going to challenge you. Well,
yeah,
I'm glad you got that figured out. That could be kind of a pain in the bottom, you might want to say, having to stop every hour to charge. Go
when
ahead,
you
Spangle.
pulled into the changing place, how low was your battery?
So at one point I had like 20 miles left, and at one point I had 100 miles left.
Okay,
So I
did
had
your
a
car
couple
get like
months.
300 miles on a full charge?
250 miles,
250 miles. So you had like, so okay. So how long did it take to get from 20 miles back to a full charge?
30 minutes.
Wow.
30 minutes. From the 20 minutes they said an hour, but it was like 30, 45 minutes. But by the time you go to it's really by a gas station. It's usually near a gas station. So by the time you charge it, go into the gas station or get something to eat or use the restroom or whatever and come back. Your car's done. You get back in the car and you go, oh, we got 5 more minutes. Okay. So it wasn't really an inconvenience. I didn't notice that. And it was a lot cheaper than gas. Much, much cheaper than if I was buying gas.
So how much did it cost to go 200 miles?
Um, Probably, I think like one time I charged it and it was $15 to charge. So, and then I think the hotel we were staying at offered a charge, which was a lot longer because they had the old, I don't know what it is. When you plug it in like a regular plug, like a regular outlet, that takes longer. But when you have is it the 220, like a dryer, the 3-prong, then
Uh-huh.
it's much quicker. So I don't know what some of the places use a quick charge. The one at the hotel was a slow charge. It took 8 hours, but I think it was free. They didn't charge us.
Right. Huh.
Anyway, lesson
Yeah,
learned.
All right,
I'd
Bob.
rather pay the I'd rather pay the 15 and get it done quick.
Sure.
I'd rather
Sure.
put
Yeah.
the gas in there and be done in 3 minutes.
Sure. Hey, I wanted to say really quick, what is your YouTube channel called? Because you were saying it and the YouTube channel, but how do you get to it? How do you find it?
The Tuesday night live show 1225.
The Tuesday night live show 1225.
Yeah. Is it show or no? Or just Tuesday night live 1225?
And Angela's going to pull it up on the screen for you.
Yeah, when you
The
go to
address.
YouTube, because I know that I was telling
Tuesday
somebody
night
about
live
that.
show 1225.
Okay. Just want to make sure because it is hard to find. And if you want to get more viewers to come there, you need to post like little snippets and clips on Instagram or TikTok, Facebook, stuff like that. So people click on it and then you tell them to go to your channel. Oh, if you want to see more, go to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, Angela.
Well, Angela and I were talking about that just this afternoon, so it is something that we've talked about. Uh, y- you know, uh,
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Keeping up with it all, it can be,
Sure.
but you know, it's
Also, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Also, our show is you got to be a you got to have an account on Facebook to get to our show
Right.
because we have our show blocked for you got to be 18 or older to see it.
18 or older because of the content. We don't want children to happen across on YouTube,
Got
find
it.
us, and then see behind the scenes what Santa Mrs. Claus is talking about. So we're protecting 18 and under, and that's hurting us on our content. Also, getting our content out because YouTube works in a way that uh, they categorize your content towards a certain audience, and our audience is a very fairly small audience compared to the big gist of YouTube. So, but they have we did I did a live report from Branson this year from the Christmas place up the street from where Spangle holds the School of Santas. And it was just a promptu deal. I pulled my phone out, went live, didn't go through StreamYard, just went through Facebook Live, and it's got 1,400 hits. It's our biggest uh, on YouTube, and it was just a promptu. I don't know what it was 6-7 minutes. It wasn't very long. I just
Nice.
kind of went through the store, but a little girl walked up. She was probably 10, maybe 11, and wanted to know if I was Santa while I'm recording. And so I get her on there, and the next thing you know, I've got several people chiming in on that, and I think we didn't age appropriate that one because there was nothing really to age appropriate about. I explained to her that I was a Santa's helper. Anyway, 1,400 hits at this point. It's our biggest hit total over on YouTube at this point.
Oh, sure. And that was one of those things where I'm sure that it just was a spur of the moment. It just happened. The little girl showed up. You were kind of caught off guard. Other
Yeah.
people, either they liked it or didn't like it, but it wasn't one of those things where you planned it. So whether someone liked it or not liked it, you just were kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, and it wasn't age appropriate. So,
And therefore, YouTube suggested that they put it out in recommended videos for a lot of other people beyond our Santa community. And that's why it got so many hits, because it wasn't just the Santa, folks
There you go.
looking. It was a lot of other people that clicked on it and was watching it. So
Sure. Well, you want that too, because you want some people who have maybe thought about being Santa, but they're not a Santa, or they maybe never thought about being Santa, and they see this, and then they say, "Hey, I kind of want to learn how to be a Santa."
Yeah, and we kind of want them, especially tonight when you mean there's jobs they can have?
well, hey, okay, so let's do this, guys. If all those that are watching, give us your thoughts on taking away the 18 and above and just opening up our Tuesday Night Live. Well, Spangle says no. And we've done it, like I said, for a reason. But what's your thoughts on it? Just everyone chime in and let us know what you think.
I don't want to ruin it for a child to see what we're doing. I don't want a child to see
I don't know. I think you should have a video of someone Santa, being a Santa. And then you can put him in the beginning of the show or the end of the show. And then you can do the show saying that you're working for the big man. And you're all of the helpers. So the kids see there is an actual Santa.
Yeah, we got to talk to you in the green room after the show.
Okay.
2 weeks from tonight, we are having the real Santa Claus on this program.
Ooh, it's like I read your minds.
Yeah. It's a short story.
We'll talk more about it later. All right, well, let's get on. We talked about your trip. How's everyone doing in the office? How's your office pool doing? Is everybody busy getting work done?
It is so crazy in the office, and I have there's myself and Tony, and Sherry, who worked here last year. She's back. Julie, who works on the membership, she's back, and also Donna, who is she was an acquaintance of mine I knew through playing poker, and she came along. So she's from Rhode Island. So if any of the Santas talk on the phone, she's from Rhode Island. So she'll say, "This is Donna. This is Donna with Nationwide Santas, and I'm calling up to see if you want a quart of Madeira."
That's funny.
It's so funny. I'm laughing because she's got this thick accent.
And what was the last thing you said that she's calling up to see if they want a what?
Go to quart of Madeira. My name's Donna, and I want to see if you're available for quart of Madeira. It's just a city in California.
I
Quart of
got it.
Madeira.
Yeah.
And she puts an R, like she calls a banana a banana. She puts an R on the.
They do. The folks from the Northeast put R's where they shouldn't be, but that's just,
Well, you know,
hey,
It's so
us
you know,
guys in the South, we do things that's, different too. So,
well,
It's adorable.
I kind of think bananas are great.
Well, anyway, she'll
well,
be calling Santas, and so that's a lot of fun. So some of the Santas have actually called up and said, I got a call from one of the girls in your office, and I didn't understand what she said. One year we had a girl that was from Italy that worked for us, and her accent was so thick. A lot of the Santas called and said, I didn't understand a word she said on my answering machine. She was so cute, from Italy. Yes.
the one
So
that gets
anyway,
me is idea.
we're all doing good. We're very busy, just keeping very busy.
Well, very cool. Anyways, we heard that Nationwide Santa's membership is on a record pace. Speak a little bit about that, will you?
So basically, we started our membership in 2012, that's a story in itself how that all came about. I was offering that, but we started the membership so Santas could be able to get a background check and able to purchase insurance so it's been now 11 years, and we went from, I think I took a look, and we have increased our membership by about 350% over the last 11 years that we have. So we do have a lot of members, a lot of new ones coming in. And I think it's the free background check that they're able to get. The free background check, there's the $40 membership, but the background check, it's crazy because if anyone has to run a background check, those things can cost anywhere from $29 to $100 for the background check. The thing about it is I'm not going to ding one of our members with that extra cost. I'll eat the cost. So if your background check came to $50 or $60, I'm not going to send you a bill. We just take care of it.
Do you care to disclose how many members?
I don't want to say how many members. We do have a lot of members, though.
Would you say it's over 1,000?
We're right under it. I will say that. There, I just disclosed it.
Okay. Well, anyways, because I was just going to say that, since the very beginning when you started this, if you got 1,000 members, I mean, you've increased your membership by 1,000%.
We did. We had probably about the first year we had about 150 maybe that signed up,
Yeah.
and that those members in our we had the Mrs. Claus, the Santa, the real beard Santa, the designer beard Santa, and then performers. We from the very get-go, we always wanted to include non-Santa performers, Mrs. Claus, designer beard, and real beard.
But since Gordon put his name on that line, you've increased 1,000%.
Maybe. I'm not very good with math. And so I came in the office earlier when Tony was here because she has her master's. And I asked her, could you do this math problem for me so I can, when I go on the Tuesday Night Live, I don't sound stupid. So she gave me the figure of 350%.
Well, it helps a little bit that we're constantly trying to send folks your way. I get PMs and phone calls, and of course we still mention you on the show a lot. And we also run you as a credit at the end, as we always have. So we're trying our best to help you out. And tonight you've got a lot of cheers that you want to talk about later on in the show. So that's something we'll get to here in just a bit. But for right now, we want to talk about your new 10-year patch and how proud Gordon would be to have seen that.
Well, Gordon, he didn't get to see the patch, and it just, it hurts me so much that he never got to see that. He was our number one first member. When I first had the membership, his number on his membership card was 1, and he was very proud of that, and I was very proud of that, that he was the number one. And we had a lot of discussions about my membership, and we had a lot of discussions about, how I was running the business and things like that. He was always in favor of every idea I had. So, but I will tell you that, every time I should have named it the Gordon Bailey patch is what I should have named it, because it's the 10-year membership patch. But I will tell you that Julie, who works in our office, she's the one, and she's been with me, I think, for 5 years. She'll correct me if I'm wrong, but she's here right now in the office because she's putting together some of the memberships, and I will let her tell you about some of the things that you will receive when you become a member. And she is right over here. I want you to say hi to Julie. She started working for me. Goodness, were you 20 years old when you started working for me, Julie?
Probably, yes.
She's been with me. Has it been 5 years?
I think so.
So this is Julie. Julie
Hi,
here works for
everyone.
us. She comes in the office at 3:00 and she works. She's with me. We have a lot of girls that work here that work different shifts. So she's my 3:00 shift girl, and she comes in. She works at a local high school. She looks like a student, but she works at the high school, and she does the membership. So she'll be the one that calls you when your address is incorrect, or she can't read what you typed or wrote that you want on your card. So, and I don't think we even have a membership card, do we? We probably don't. But go ahead and show them what they received in their packet.
Okay, so in your packet, you'll receive a thank you letter from us. There's also some instructions on how to get your background check. You'll also receive a certificate. So we have 3 different kinds of certificates. Santa, and then of course we have also our Mrs. Claus and Performer certificates as well. So depending on what kind of membership you have, you'll get that certificate.
And you got to add in there that they're suitable for framing.
Yes, of course. Suitable for framing. And then you will get a pin. So we do have 2 different kinds of pins. This one is the Santa pin, and we have one for Mrs. Claus as well. And each year we do change out the numbers. So if you stay with us and get a membership next year, you'll get a 2024 pin. And then you'll also receive a pen. Nationwide pen. Oh, it's upside down. There we go.
Whatever made you choose red?
What was that?
Whatever made you choose a red pen?
Because it's the best color.
It was it was on sale.
Okay.
No.
And then, of course, we have our 10-year pin. So if you've been a member with, or patch, sorry. So if you've been a member with us since 2012 or 2013, you'll receive your 10-year patch this year.
That's a cool patch. I like that.
Yeah.
It is. And so Julie, when Julie first started working for me, she came to my house for the interview 5 years ago, and we put her to work that day. She came for the interview, and we said, "When can you start?" She said, "Well, I could start now." We're like, "Great!" And we put her to work immediately.
Yes.
Now, Julie, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I hear Gina's really hard to work for. Is she really a mother hen?
No, she's not hard to work with.
Now let me ask
Put
you
you on
this
the
question.
spot, didn't I?
Did she take your car keys from you when you came to the interview and never gave them back?
I'm on my knees. I'm like a little elf.
No, she didn't take my car keys. She was very nice, and she let me leave whenever I wanted.
I do let her leave, and the thing is I do give her boomer trivia. Like I'll teach her about bands like Led Zeppelin she never heard of, or Duran Duran, or ABBA. So I'll play music for her and give her some little tidbits of information about the band. I do that all the time. So
Very nice.
anyway, that's Julie. So say
Nice to meet you, everyone.
Hi, Julie.
Same here. Keep up the good work.
thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
So she's
Speaking of Led Zeppelin, I was just listening to Nobody's Fault But Mine earlier.
Oh my God, I do like
I
that
don't know if you've
song.
heard-
Nobody.
That's a great song. I like it. Yeah,
Love
that's it.
I do like that. Anyway, so that membership, and you can find all of that on our website, santasmembership.com. A lot of people will try to go to Nationwide Santas. That's for the customer. The Santa website, just for Santas, santasmembership.com.
Well, and that's part of one of the questions that we had, because I know that you've got 3 different sites. Actually, I think one of them may be your old site, but I know you do have 3 different websites. We'll talk about that more. We can talk more about that in a minute.
Yeah.
I wish I only had 3. Hey, anyways, since 1982, Nationwide Santa's goal has been to match the clients with the perfect Santa portrayal artist. So can you tell us what y'all look for in a hire so each is tailor-made to fit that customer's needs?
So usually when we have Santas and new Santas that come in, or existing Santas, we have them fill out a questionnaire. It's on the membership page. Little things that they do, or anything special, we keep track of all that. And usually when a client, like we just received a call, a client called us yesterday, and they're looking for singing Santa and Mrs. Claus for 2 dates in the LA area for 2 different dates. And that's what they're looking for. It's like 3 hours each day. So I know that I'm looking for a Santa in my head who can sing, but not just sing. I'm not looking for someone who they say, oh, I can sing. No. We need someone who actually has a routine. You're going to go into this, I think it's an apartment, like a clubhouse, and there's going to be about 300 people there at this event, and they're looking for a Santa who can sing. So we're hoping that maybe you have songs that are sing along. Maybe if you did the 12 days of Christmas, you have little signs that they each like put them in groups and they can hold them up and do, like, have a routine. Don't just think you're just going to go in there and just belt out a few songs. Some of the events, yes, you can do it. They're specifically looking for a Santa who can lead in carols and take charge. You need someone to take charge in it because it's your show. That's what we're looking for. Sometimes customers will call up and they'll say, I'm looking for a Santa. It's an adult party. There's no kids here. We don't want it raunchy or anything. We just want a Santa. And I know that there's certain Santas who say, I will not work if there's alcohol. And a lot of parties, there's really no alcohol anymore at parties, as far as I know. But it's an adult party, and they just want a Santa there. So I know pretty much who will be able to do that. And we usually put it in the description what we're looking for. So a lot of times we send the email out to Santas and say, hey, this is what we're looking for. We get responses just by me looking at the names of the people who are available. Oh, this one would be perfect for this customer. So that's kind of how I go about doing it.
Right. So did you find your singing Santa?
We're still looking. I have a couple of Santas that are able to, and I just want to get prices and send a photo to the customer so she can choose. That's what we do too.
Remind me in the green room. I'll tell you somebody.
Okay. Richard, David,
green room.
Smokey. Those are the 3 that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I've got them in my head.
All right, Bob.
Okay, well, real quick, it's overwhelmingly leave it age appropriate as far as the Tuesday Night Live show goes. And we had no intentions of opening it up because we're not going to compromise clicks or subscriptions to jeopardize what we do here or what, age appropriate. Again, we set it that way in the very beginning because we did not want children watching. But anyway, I looked at all the comments while we were talking, and everybody says leave it the way it is. So this is a business side of things, and it needs to stay that way.
Okay.
Okay, Gina, we know that Nationwide Santa hires for every occasion, and you have full season jobs as well as the one-offs and split shifts at the big box store locations. The part that many don't understand is the term standby Santas. Now, we've covered this in past shows, but we want to always kind of bring this up. How is it structured as well as the pay associated? And please explain to our viewers how this works and how many of those spots that you have available each year.
So for the standby Santa, I'd like to hire as many as I can. Even if I hire 10, that's never enough because even just this week, I had a few Santas that had to pull out for medical reasons and they're not able to work. They were in the hospital when they called me. I cannot work this season. And it's so sad that happens. But now I'm trying to replace those, which I placed these Santas back in, March. They've been placed on this, signed contracts and everything. Now here it is October and we're having to find replacements. So a backup Santa, a standby Santa is somebody that we have available to us. They've signed a contract, so they're available from usually November 24th to December 24th or November 4th to the 24th, where they're not taking any jobs. They're turning jobs down. They're not taking any jobs. And we're guaranteeing them a certain amount of pay to not take work. And then I'll be placing them somewhere. The misconception about the standby Santa or the backup Santa is that we're going to pay them this amount of money. They're going to be sitting around doing nothing. I may send them out to do one job here, one job there, one job here, and they're done. That's not how it's going to be. One time that happened in all the years. One time that happened with a Santa. But other than that, you are going to be working. and we're going to send you out. I don't know where we're going to send you. A lot of times the guys that are on standby will call me, and they keep calling me, and they're saying, where are you going to send me? Where are you going to send me? And I keep saying, I don't know. I have no idea until a Santa gets sick, or he has to go home to be with his wife, or the store calls and says that he's not performing up to their, what their, I don't want to say standards, but there's not performing to where they were accustomed to. So I don't know where you're going to go. And a lot of times I won't know till the week of. So, but like right now we have a lot of stores available that we're still looking for Santas.
So let's go into the pay of the backup Santa a little bit. Let's not ask how much exactly, but if they sign a contract, say, hey, I'm going to be your backup Santa for this amount of dollars. If they get called into action, then do they get paid for that chair?
Yes. So usually what I do is I set a price of their guarantee, but I'll give them an hourly rate too. I'll say, this is going to be your hourly rate. So if you go under, if I have to send you somewhere and you're making under the amount I guaranteed you, you're still going to make that money that I guaranteed. But if you work more hours than over at the rate I gave you, then you're going to make more. And a lot of times where Santas sometimes make more money, it's kind of silly, but where they're traveling, where they're driving. So they'll work at one store maybe 2 weeks. And then like one year I had a guy, he worked in Texas, and he worked there for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And then I had to send him to North Carolina. And then he worked there for a week. And then I sent him to Florida. And he drove, he did all this driving. And then he went to Florida, and then he went to Alabama for the last couple of weeks. All that mileage with the IRS, what is it, 56.5 or something, what it is right now. He received all that extra money just in driving. That was a big check in itself right there for him.
Hey, I like to drive.
Yeah, it's good to do. Yes.
All right. So how important is a good professional photo for those Santas and Mrs. Clauses that are inquiring to hire with Nationwide Santas? And should it be a headshot, full body? You want it with no children? What are you looking for in a photo?
So that's a very good question, because I have a lot of Santas, especially some of the newer ones. They'll send a photo of me and I understand that it's new, they haven't had time to dye their beard, but usually their wife took the picture. So they're standing in their living room, the wife's sitting on the sofa, so she's down, and the picture is usually shaky. I don't know why the camera's it's always a blurry picture. But I think when they press the button, they shake the camera. So it's a shaky picture, and it's in his living room or his kitchen, which he hasn't done the dishes, or the vacuum cleaner's in the living room. Just, clear space, or go somewhere and make sure someone's standing up and get it at an angle. Make sure your camera's up. Don't take pictures this way. Oh, and don't take selfies of yourself like this. When you guys send me a picture, a lot of times you're sitting in your recliner, and half the time you don't have a shirt on when you're doing this. And you'll send me a picture like this of your neck up. Stop that. Hold your camera. Where am I? Hold it like this. You want to hold it up here so it's like at your top of your head. You want a little higher, and click that. That's what you want to do. Not this.
Yeah. A little bare wall or a garage door works wonders sometimes, I tell people.
Sure. Don't send me photos with a bunch of children in it, because when you send photos with children in it, I'm getting the top of your head because you're looking down at them. There's a group and you're looking down, so it's your head. Or if you're holding a child, you're holding like this. Like you're holding it and you're looking like this, or you're talking, or they're on your knee and you're like this. All I'm getting is the side of your face. So it's hard. I'm trying to get jobs for you. So I need to send that photo to a client, and we don't want to have children's pictures in there either. So I'm going to crop that picture, whatever you send me, to put on our website. And a lot of times I crop the picture, which won't even really show much of your Santa suit, because we have a very small box to put on our website. Make sure your beard, though, I just want to tell you guys, oh my gosh, Spangle, Bob, you guys look great. Your beards are beautiful. And I know it's the off season. You guys look great. But please, you guys, before you start the season, go to a barber. Go to a barber and have them trim the hair on your face hair. Get your nose hairs out. Trim this and get your beard so it's the strays are, just kind of get it to go so nice. I know a woman, she took, the face shields that were kind of like remember those the face shields that were kind of had an oval to it on the bottom? There was a woman that did that with her husband. She just put it on his face and she cut around the beard on the oval part of the face shield. But get go to a barber. It's not they can clean it up and make it look really nice. More than what you probably thought you could do.
Yeah.
You guys,
if you use a little bit of got to be glue, then you can push it up like this as you hair dry it.
see, you definitely can. And when you're washing, I have another tip. When you're washing your beard and you guys are using purple shampoo, because I use purple shampoo because this is all me, you guys. I'm completely white under here and I use it. So the purple shampoo, what you want to do is, first of all, you need to get the product out of your hair that all the oils and everything. Just use any old shampoo, some cheap shampoo, whatever. Wash it out of your hair, lather it up, get all that out, and then use a conditioner, kind of lightly, but just use a conditioner. Then after you rinse all that out, now you use the purple shampoo. If you use the purple shampoo first, it kind of gets mucky and you can't get a lather. It's because all you get, your hair's dirty. Get that dirt out first. Then use the purple shampoo. Leave it on for 30 seconds to a minute. Don't leave it on too long. It'll turn your hair gray, kind of a purple tone. And then wash it out and then put your conditioner on. If you have purple conditioner, put that on, on your beard, your hair, leave it for not longer than a minute and get that out and then rinse it out. Your hair it'll look a lot nicer when you brush it and style it. Just saying.
Well, I haven't bleached since School of Santa's back in July, the 1st of July. So tomorrow I'll start my process. And, I've tried the purple shampoo and I look like Papa Smurf.
Oh,
I didn't leave
really?
it in very long because after I washed, I did everything just like you said. So I quit using the purple, went to the blue. The blue works better for me.
Oh, the blue, sure. Okay, the blue.
I'm getting
so blue
feedback.
and purple.
I'm getting some feedback from the show, and I noticed some of our viewers are saying the same thing.
Maybe my microphone's too high. Let me see if I can turn it down. Is that me?
I don't know, but I was getting some when you were talking. But sometimes it's Bob's in. Microphone picks up.
I've got mine turned down and got my speaker turned away from my microphone. So I hope it's not me.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Oh, well, I want to say, Spangle, do you have your spray in your beard?
I do.
See, and Spangle, I'm telling you guys, Spangle sells on Stuff for Santa a spray that you put in your beard to look how white his beard is. And that right there is, and you can run your fingers through it. You can touch it. It's not stiff. Yeah, look at that. It's not stiff. And when you take a photo, it like the Ben Nye, sometimes the Ben Nye, it looks, it has like a greasy look about it in the photos, but not the stuff Spangle has. So I'm just telling everyone, you need to.
And actually, we don't have it on our site right now because the company's been hard to get it. I just got in 50
Great.
Cans, but I'm being selfish. The 50 cans I just got for me because I do it every day.
Oh, sure.
But Bob just got some too, and he's going to be trying it tomorrow on his beard.
Okay.
Well, actually, I got it for in between, but tomorrow I'll start my bleaching process because I'm putting together a documentary for our school in February in San Antonio, our Poe Cornerstones that we're going to present at the school. So, going to record it, go through the products, the process of doing it, and all. So that starts tomorrow.
But I
someone
tell you guys what it is. It's Punky Colors Siberian White, and it's a spray. And there are a ton of white sprays out there, but there's not a ton of good white sprays.
Yeah.
True.
This is
I know
all.
Several guys that use the one that Spangle's using, and it definitely is the best. Now, as far as the blue shampoo from who, I'm not sure who that came from, but anyway, it is Cowboy Magic blue shampoo. That's what I use.
I use the stuff we sell on our website, shampoo.
Right. I mean, I use purple shampoo and I've got a lot of dark. I mean, I've got a lot of dark in my hair, but it just brings out, like, I do have some gray. It just enhances that going on. It doesn't mess up my hair with this color. Sure. Hey, Bob, I just want to say hi to, I've got Elizabeth on here. We've got Frank. Hi, Frank, and Rex and Diane and Michael and Kevin and AJ. And I just want to say thank you guys for everybody coming on here. I do see you. I see your comments here. And Rex got his 10-year patch. I think he's member number 2. I can't remember. I think Rex is.
I
Rex
think
is,
it was
Number
3 or 4.
4, I think.
is he 4?
I think
I think
Darla
he's
was
number
one
4.
ahead of him.
4. Gosh.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the shampoo I use.
Oh, Chattanooga Beard.
Chattanooga Beard. Yeah.
Nice.
Conditioner.
See, that's nice.
You know,
and
that's
those
the
are
thing.
nice
Though. You can ask
shampoos.
10 Santas what they use, and they'll tell you 30 different things.
Yep.
But
Oil.
my thing is, don't use your expensive shampoo first. Get the gunk out first with the cheapy shampoo. Just get it out, and then get your expensive stuff, because it'll lather much better, and you'll use much less product.
It's true. Very true.
Mm.
All right, moving along here, Gina. Does Nationwide Santa's clients have a particular look when it comes to costuming that they're requesting or looking for? And how about the big box stores? Do they have a certain criteria?
So it's really funny. Sometimes with customers, we'll send a photo of different Santas that are available for their event, and it's kind of a wide range what they'll choose. They'll choose Santas. Sometimes I'll think, oh, they're not going to choose this Santa. I don't care for his suit. That's the one they chose. So I've learned I don't try to step in and guess what the customer wants. They do want traditional, but they want something with a flair. Usually when it's a home party or an event or something like that, they're looking for something very regal, something, maybe the color of the fur is not even white. It could be the beige with the dark spots in it, or maybe the Santa has a brown belt, things like that. I think it's good that Santas have different suits, and they should always start first with a traditional suit and always have that. If your beard is shorter, you definitely want to have the fur around your collar so it enhances your beard. If your beard is really long, it gets hot. You maybe just want the fur just in the front, or no fur, or very mild, because it does get hot with all that around your neck. And with the big box stores, usually they're looking for more traditional. They definitely want either traditional suit, Coca-Cola. They don't want a worker look. They don't want overalls. They do like the longer robe or the vest. They want a white shirt. They don't want a green shirt with candy canes, and they certainly don't want green gloves because it looks too grinchy in the photos. So that's something they don't like. And I've heard other customers, I know the Santas sometimes like to wear colored gloves, black, white, red, or green, but a lot of the people complain the green looks green, like the Grinch. And unless you're working with the Grinch or something and you're doing a private party, yes. But a photographer, I don't think, would want green gloves unless it's the theme. And Spangle has all the gloves.
All the gloves. Oh.
He even has gloves that say SC on it.
He does, and you can order those late at night, and he'll have them out the next. No, just kidding.
Oh. Yeah, and we printed the SC on the hands because I wanted the customers, or my customers, to always remember they got it from Spangle Clown.
There you go.
Yeah, so I put my initials on there.
There you go.
Okay, Gina, here we've got a new segment that we started here a number of weeks ago. It's the Tuesday Night Live production trivia. Tonight we've got 4 trivias because we've got Jessica Rosa coming on with hers, plus Spangles 2, and then our Tuesday Night Live production. TNL Productions has a lead in, so we're going to send it over to Angie, let her play that, and I'll be right back to talk more about it. All right, so our trivia question for the North Pole Cornerstone Scholarship. This is from TNL Productions. This is a $450 value. The winner's name goes in the hat, and we'll take all the winners that have won on the Monday and the Tuesday show for this. put it in, do a drawing on November 7th, which is our last show of the season for Tuesday Night Live. That's our send off to Christmas season finale, which will be episode 41 in case you're looking for that. Again, that drawing will be November 7th. This is for a scholarship for North Pole Cornerstones. North Pole Cornerstones, our cornerstones are legendary. We've started this school, 6 of us together. Deanna Golden, Rex Ray, myself, Scott Seriton, Judith Broderick, and Chrissy Kovic. And this is in the spirit of Lucky Roy, Santa Nana, or Nana, and Gordon Bailey, Santa in the business of being Santa. This was their vision. This was something they talked about before they both passed. This is something that we're making happen to carry their legacy on. The TNL production trivia question is, the San Antonio River Authority was founded in what year? To assist in flood control efforts by architect, we need the architect's name and the developer, his name, and I'll give you a clue. He was the manager of the White Plaza Hotel. And that planned the initial downtown Riverwalk area and what month and what year. So this is 4 answers we need here. We need the year that it was founded, the San Antonio River Authority. We need the 2 gentlemen who came up with the idea, and we need the month and the year that the downtown Riverwalk was actually planned. And again, that is good for a $450 scholarship when we do our drawing. San Antonio, Texas, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. All right. Let's take a short breather right here, Gina, and let's go over and do our Tuesday Night Live special announcement that Spangle has for products, and we'll be back again in just a moment.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hey! Will somebody get the kid a Happy Meal?
No, don't do that.
Stop the show. It's time for the Tuesday Night Live Showstopper Special for this week's StuffForSanta.com Showstopper Special. Let's go over to Spangle and see what he's got cooking.
All right, guys. Let's do some trivia, or not some trivia stuff. Let's get you some giveaway things for your season here. We're gonna give away these reindeer trading cards, not giveaway, but we there's 9 cards to the set. Each card has a backstory for that reindeer. So you can just carry these around in your pocket. You can come across a child, pull this out. You can show them, tell them who it is while you're reading the back of the card. There's 9 cards to a set. We're going to do 100 sets for $65. So that's 900 cards you're going to get. And they each come in their own collector protective plastic bag. Okay.
Dollar bag.
Yeah. But anyways, you're going to get 100 sets, 900 cards, $65. We're going to ship them free. It's going to be good for a week. If you're a winner of our trivia, we're going to grab a handful of these, stuff them in an envelope, and send them to you.
And that is good through next Monday, October 9th. Reach out to Spangle to get that deal. And how cool is that?
Very, very. But they're one of our most popular items.
Yep. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, let's do our StuffForSanta.com commercial, and we'll be back.
Oh, hello there. Yes, of course, it's me, Santa Claus. Now, you may not believe this, but one of the questions I get asked the most is, well, not how do I do it all in one night? No, but where do I get all my things from? Yes, now, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the finest things I have. My glorious gloves, all my knickknacks and trinkets and things. Yes, all the giveaways. Yes, for me to give to the children before the main event. Yes, if I see them in the streets, if they come and see me, I like to have something in my pocket I can treat them with. Yes, and there's one special place where I can find all these magical goods. And that is, of course, StuffForSanta.com. You should head there now and see what magical gifts you can find. Mrs. Claus, have you got my ice pad? Yes, log me on. I'm going to have a look. I shall see you there. Stuffforsanta.com. Merry Christmas.
See, here's another one of these trivia questions where I'm learning something again because it says the trivia question is the moon's orbit around the Earth is elliptical. The point of orbit closest to the Earth is called blank, while the point furthest from the Earth is called known as blank. See, I would have thought the North Pole and South Pole, but hey, it's a different answer. So the moon's orbit around the Earth is elliptical. The point of the orbit closest to the Earth is called blank, while the point furthest from the Earth is also known as blank. Bob's got to quit putting these hard words in there for me. I'm a redneck.
Well, yeah, but that particular trivia question is a little bit more simple than what we've been having. It's only got 2 blanks instead of 4 or 6 or 8. But with 4 trivia questions tonight, there's going to be so many answers coming in. We wanted to try to mix them up, and I wanted to have at least one that was a little more simple than the others.
And I knew it wasn't what I thought because it only had 1 blank each. It didn't have 2 blanks, so it wasn't North Pole and South Pole.
Very true. Very true. All right, Gina, stay with us because this is the first Tuesday of the month, and that can only mean one thing. Spangle?
All right, Gina, stay with it because you read that part, huh? But it's holiday.
Well, yeah.
It's holidayphotomagic.com time. It's time for Jessica Rosa. So if you need to go get your cookies and milk, this is the time to do it.
Oh, sorry. Hey, guys.
Now, Jessica, before we do trivia, Angela has asked me to let you wait just a little bit because she's got a lot of answers coming in, and she don't want to get, too much coming in at once. So we're going to jump over your trivia question right now, and we'll bring it back up here in a few minutes, okay?
I think we'll have a winner.
Oh, never mind. Plan changed.
She said she thinks she's got a winner, so she's working on it. So let's just chat for a moment, and then we'll get into the trivia. How have you been, Jessica?
Oh,
Let me answer that question.
Actually, I've been just working like crazy. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. I love the fact of what I get to do. I mean, like this last weekend, I've got a lot of photo shoots this month in October, which I didn't really expect that. But I think it's because a lot of the Santas are not getting ready with their beards and stuff like that. So this is about the time that they all start to like prep for that. So I've got a lot more photo shoots with Santa Claus this month than I expected. But I had a session last weekend with Paul Smith and his missus, and then they took me to Branson, and I got to go to the Keeter Center. It was the very first time I've ever had brunch at the Keeter Center. It was wonderful, by the way. If you next time you come to Branson, get an opportunity. But it was so crazy watching people and then meeting Santa Clauses that aren't a part of our group or a part of our world that would come up to us and say, "Are you a Santa? I'm a Santa too." And And it was so fun, and it was watching the children just go, is that, and then mom go, you know, you better watch out. You know, it was great. It was really, really great. So it's been crazy. It's been
You
good.
know, all I could think about when you said, "Are you a Santa? Am I a Santa too?" I went flashbacking to Saturday Night Live. I'm from Jersey. You're from Jersey. I'm from Jersey. But what's that guy's name? Al something or another from Saturday Night Live.
I don't know. That might have been before my time. I had a bedtime back then.
Now, let me ask you this question, and I don't know if you care to do this because I know your studio sometimes, but can you turn your camera to the left and to the right where people can kind of see a little bit of your studio?
Yeah. It's messy right now.
That's why I was worried about.
Well, it's not that bad actually, because I was trying to get kind of things set up. You can kind of see things have kind of moved around a little bit. And then this way, the kitchen is over there. And then, of course, the other side is, we've got some of the other sets. So
The
it's
workshop and the sleigh and everything like that. That's
yeah, it's like it's a studio in the round is what I call it, or what I try to explain to people. Sorry, I had the laptop kind of propped up here. Had it all propped up, Spangle. Now you messed it all up.
Well, I wanted the people to kind of see that when they come to your studio, I mean, there's a whole realm of things. They're not coming into a set and getting their pictures taken. They're going to do this set, this set, this set, this set. I mean, they're going to spend the day there.
It actually, something that was we talked about this last weekend when I was photographing Paul and his wife, is that how it really kind of needs to be a 2-day thing. I've been trying to like cram it all into one day because I'm trying to, be efficient. So then that way the Santa Claus doesn't have to stay the night but I'm going to actually encourage those that are traveling to the studio, because I do have, I've had over 15 Santa Clauses travel to the studio this year. So in doing that, I am going to kind of start to encourage maybe staying an extra day, and we do the photos the first day, and then we look at the photos the next day, because
I think she's just trying to get a second lunch out of this deal.
I would treat them like, but it's kind of, it's just such a fun experience. And quite honestly, who would not want to do it for 2 days instead of one? You get to come to the North Pole.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally in Santa's main office right now. That's the reason why I was reading some of his lists, his letters that he gets.
Yeah, and you're also not that far from the that retail store stuff for Santa.
And sometimes that Santa guy kind of comes by and says hello every once in a while when he's available. That happens too. So
yeah. So did you have a trivia that you wanted to ask people?
Yes, we're ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. All right. So you wrote my trivia in here, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's in there.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Pull it up on the screen for you.
And you'll pull it up on the screen for you.
3.
Yeah. Okay. How many bicycles are on the homepage of Google's Santa Tracker website? Bonus. What year did Google start tracking Santa? Did you even know that they track Santa?
I know NORAD does.
Well, it's called Santa Tracker.
Yep. Well, NORAD actually teamed up with Google Santa Tracker, and they now work together. They've been doing that since 2016. So, but I had to try to see if I could find something interesting because you guys, have you had this trivia question before or anything like that? Okay,
last
good.
week.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to find hard ones. It's hard to find them.
If I remember right, NORAD started by a typographical error.
I
Yes.
can't remember, but it was in 1955. Did you know that? That's when NORAD
because
started?
Somebody put in the Space Center or Space Place, whatever, as the phone number for Santa, and so the Space Place started getting all these calls about Santa, and that's how NORAD started. They didn't want to let the children down.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. All right, so the question is there on the screen. Guys, work on that. And did you find it in your script, by the way, Jessica? Or?
Oh, yeah, I know the answer. I got
Okay.
it memorized.
Well, I was going to say the answer is in color coded. So
Yeah, I even color coded it to you. I have.
I like color. What can I say?
Hey, Jessica, you can tell them too about this bicycle thing. That if they come spend 2 days with you in Springfield, you can take them by that world famous house in Springfield. That their whole yard is a bicycle fence.
I don't even know about that. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh! All right, go on.
Okay. Moving on to the second half of tonight's program, let's continue our conversation with our guest, Nationwide Santa's very own Gina Bacon. Hey, I had bacon on my salad last night with the blue cheese, so
Bacon goes with everything.
But
that's
let me
what Spangle always
let me
says.
show you real quickly. Here in Springfield, we have a house,
Oh.
and the whole house, and it's a big house. The bicycle fence goes on and on.
I was unaware of that. That is crazy. Huh.
It's a new one on me. I'll have to check it out.
I just learned something new, and I've lived here for almost 25 years. So, yay.
All right, Gina, we haven't forgot about you.
That's okay. Hey, this is interesting. I'm learning things too.
I like your hair today. It looks gorgeous.
I like the hairpiece she's wearing. I would say it's a hairpiece, but I really think she's got this thing coming out of the top of her head. But it's the the way right behind you, you got that shelf, and you got
So that shelf back there. I'm in Tony's office, by the way, because my computer, I can never do this. So this is Tony's office, and that shelf back there is we call it the abyss, because that's where we put jobs that we're still looking for Santas, or the customer has to get a hold of us. And we call it the abyss because we used to have a smaller one, and every time we would put a paper in there, we'd lose it. And we go, where's that job for December 9th? We never could find it. So I go, it's like the abyss. So it's stuck, and we call it the abyss now. Little trivia here for our office.
Okay, so Gina, do you want to share with us and everybody on how important it is to have a clean social media presence is, and how if you post the wrong content, it can affect your chances of being considered for a gig?
Your social media presence is a huge part of you being Santa or Mrs. Claus or any performer or pretty much any person out there anyway that's trying to get a job anywhere. Your employer or Santa agencies, even customers, are going to find you. Once they know your name, they'll find you on social media just to see what kind of a person you are, what kind of, they want to see, did you post anything political? Do you post any, I don't know, just pretty much mainly, what is that?
Nasties.
Well, nasties. There you go too. Yeah. What kind of pictures are you posting on there? Are you friending a bunch of girls from Russia? And, they're now all your friends, and you've got, you're the only guy, and you got a bunch of girls as your friends. Then, I'm telling you guys, we all see that. Don't be friending those girls, because they're really not girls. Anyway, but anything that you post on there, certain jokes that you put on, are they inappropriate jokes? Are they, jokes? Be really careful what you do. I get it. You have a sense, you're an adult, and you have a sense of humor, and we're all boomers. And, most of us, I know some of them are under the age of younger than me now, but we're all that way. And that was the kind of humor that we're used to back then, but it's inappropriate now. It is inappropriate.
You do understand it's my page, and I'll post what I want to post.
Well, then you're going to lose out on jobs. Is what's
Right.
going to
I
happen.
mean, that's what a lot of people are saying. You know, it's their page; they're going to do.
And then once you say that to me, then I know that you are also going to challenge me and everything, because you're a challenging person. I hate to say that, but now that you said that's your page and you're going to do what you want, that's not just your page. You're going to do whatever you want on everything. So it doesn't matter if I send you on a job and I ask you to do something in particular or not say something or not, you're going to do it because you do it and not doing it because I ask and the customer asks. And you're in something, I don't know why, but I like Santas that are agreeable, Mrs. Claus and Santas that are agreeable. They say, you know, Gina, I understand what you're saying. I won't do that. I won't say that. Or I won't wear that. But then I have some that are, nope, this is who I am and this is how it's going to be.
And for the record, I'm saying that for other Santas, some other Santas. It's not how I feel about my page.
Right. And that's fine. And I don't normally say anything usually with Santas about their page. I don't say, if they call me and say, why didn't I get the job? Sometimes I'll say, well, you know, the customer just didn't choose you, which is usually true. Or, you know, I looked at your page and you've got some pretty offensive things on there. So it's really important. We're all looking at it. Other Santas are looking at it. We're all looking at you. We want to see good things. We want to see what you're doing, your family, trips you've been on, a lot of Santa stuff. Even if you have a personal page, it's your own page that has your name on it, we can still see it. So you need to make it to where nobody can see it. Make it a closed account that's just private if you're going to be, you know, posting inappropriate things. It's just not worth it.
Don't be doing it.
Well, you shouldn't be doing it, but some people feel they have to. So, but yeah, I don't really know how to say any more on that. I mean,
you know, people think that sometimes sharing those things that they might influence somebody, but the truth of the matter is that nobody's changing their life because of a Facebook post. So you posting something political or, you know, trying to be, you know, a persuasive conversation, nobody's listening to that. And as much as you want to believe that they are, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. You know, there was a comment the other day that I saw in one of the Santa groups where a photographer decided to go with another Santa Claus, and the photographer did not notify the Santa Claus that they had changed who they decided to go with. And the thing about it is that, you know, I understand, and I'm really proud of the Santa for putting it out there before, you know, going in and stepping on somebody else's toes, because, you know, that's somebody else's business and you don't know why. You don't know the circumstances. You don't know, it could be financial, it could be a friend of the family. There's a lot of reasons why somebody, you know, sometimes I use a different Santa because Spangle's booked. And and one year he went to the East Coast the whole season. So I had to come up with something different, you know, if, you know, but we have a good communication. And that's what I wanted to stress is good communication is essential when it comes to working with photographers. You know, and I hear a lot of people say, well, do you have contracts? Do you have a copy of a contract? You know, a contract is only as good as the ink that is on the paper. What really has to come behind it is that you got to stand behind what you say you're going to do. And, you know, and as a photographer, if I choose to want to work with somebody else, you know, I'm not really thinking about, is this going to hurt Santa's feelings that I'm working with somebody else? You know, because last year I brought in a variety of different Santas just because I wanted something different. So, you know, but I just wanted to, you know, kind of say that a lot of times it seems like the temperature gets a little high on some of the social media, and
Yes, it does.
maybe to kind of tone it down a little bit, because whatever you're putting out there is what you're also getting in return. So you put that heat out there, you're going to get heat back, and that just just circles and cycles, and it just makes it a yuckiness. So if you just, sometimes it's better, you wouldn't believe how many times in a day I see somebody post things and then I start typing it in and I go, delete, 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 delete.
Not to change the subject or anything here, but I mean, Nationwide Santas is hiring. But did I hear that you only have one spot left to fill this year?
I know you're changing the subject. I just want to let me just say, Santas, don't take it personal. Take corrective criticism and don't take it personal. This is a business. We're not, this is not a friends talking to friends, although it is, but it's business. So whenever someone gives you some corrective criticism, please take it and don't lash out at that person. And second of all, the customers also see if you're going to post, and as an agent, I give you a job and say like it's for, let's just say Kmart. Kmart's not in business anymore. I gave you a job at Kmart and you went there and you didn't like the way it ran. And now you're going to post you hated it. You hated the job and you hated this about the job. Why would you do that? You should call me and discuss it with me. Don't put it on down because now Kmart sees that job and I just lost the account. So that happens. But yes, we're hiring onto that. And I have more than one job.
Oh, more than one.
Yes. And I actually have like all these jobs that we're still looking for. That's a lot of jobs. And they're all in different states that we're looking for. And a lot of the jobs we have are anywhere from 1 hour up to multiple dates that we're looking for. So if sometimes a Santa already has a job right now, he's all lined up. And then he'll call me in November 5th and say, I don't have a job. I thought I was working. I signed a contract and they just called me and said that they gave it to someone else or they're closing. They're not doing this anymore. And they forgot to call me. And so now I've had Santas that didn't have anything for the season. Call me. I'm plan B. Call me. I will place you somewhere.
Put that phone number on the screen.
Yes.
Hey, now are some of these jobs like full season jobs?
I do have some. Yes. I like I said, I had some Santas that had to pull out. They're for health reasons. So I do have some jobs and they're all the way. I mean, I have from California to New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Oregon, you name it. And we do have a place where you can go to see most of these jobs too.
Now, are your jobs paid by the hour, or some of them are doing by the hour to all their employees now, or some are X amount of dollars for the season?
I basically pay by the hour. It's easier for me for payroll, and it's easier for me because if I tell a Santa, hey, you're going to work at this store, there's say like 100 hours. There's 100 hours and I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars. Well, now what happens? What happens if the other Santa gets sick and now this Santa has to fill in and now he's working more hours? And I'm like, no, we already agreed upon this. You're here from this time to this time, no matter how many hours you work. Well, that's not fair. We agreed on a certain amount of hours and now there's more hours. So I do like to, even if I say like a salary or say you're going to make this much, I still put a dollar amount on it. So this is how much you're making per hour for this many hours. If you go over, then you're going to get more.
Yeah. Sometimes even the locations will say, hey, we need you to stick around a couple extra hours, or, they may decide to do longer.
I don't encourage that. And I don't like that when they do that. And I think a Santa should get paid. If they ask him to come in early or ask him to stay later, he should be paid. That's not right. Plus he has other jobs to get to, and it just makes him late for the next one he has to get to.
Right.
Yes.
I love
can you
that
tell
you're
folks?
an advocate. I love that you're an advocate for your Santa Clauses, that you make sure that they are treated right. I love that.
I do. I mean, I have customers who call and sometimes they're going to tell me how it's going to be. And I have to, kind of reel it in and say, no. This is how we're going to do it. And they have all these things they want Santa to do in an hour, which there's no way he could do it with 300 people. So, and I know, because like I said, everyone knows I was a performer. I get it. There's no way that's going to happen.
So are all these jobs listed on your website?
They are listed on santasmembership.com. Yes, they are. And if you'd like, I can show you, because some Santas are having a little confusion on how to get. And let me go to, how do I share my screen? Am I able to do that?
You are. Down at the bottom, it says present.
Oh, yeah.
And once you get in there, then Angela will Angela will have to click you in
Okay.
because she's the administrator on it. So once you get it pulled up, let us know.
Here we go. It's going to be this one.
Okay, Angie, I think she's
That one. Okay, so I do have that there. So this is our website. This is santasmembership.com. And I know it always seems like it's so tiny. I don't know how to make it bigger, but let me see if I can even make it bigger here. Is that bigger? Bigger?
yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the santasmembership.com. And once you go here, you can go down, scroll down to this is the steps for joining the membership, step 1, 2, and 3. There's information here about our membership, which you can read this on your own. I'm not going to go through this because this is all about the insurance and background check. But right here it says job board. So when you go to santasmembership.com, you want to click on the job board right here. It's going to take you to this page where you're going to scroll down where it says search jobs, turns green. And then right here at the top, you're going to put your zip code in. It's not so much like there's a board where you can look at them. You actually have to put a zip code in. You can put any zip code in. Say like you want to work in Texas, put a Texas zip code in and it'll show you. I'm going to put a California zip code. I'm going to put in 91765.
Gina, while you're doing that, guys, if you want to see a bigger picture, down in the bottom right-hand corner of your computer, you can always go to full screen and it'll pull your whole, whatever size screen you have. Mine's a 15.6.
Oh, there
that
you
way
go.
you get the full effect of it. All right,
There
go
you
ahead.
go. So when you put a zip code in, you're going to see right here, underneath it, there's a box right here. You have to click on that box. Don't just hit it. You got to click where it says, this is Diamond Bar, California. So before you do anything, just click there so it can repopulate the list. Number 1, there's a backup Santa right there. Number 2, there's Rancho Cucamonga. Here's the Torrance. These are the singing jobs I was talking about. Here's Torrance and here's San Pedro. Those were the singing jobs. And then here's one in Santa Clarita, San Diego, Las Vegas, Modesto. This is all done by zip code. So even though I put in a California address, it's going to show the top jobs which are within that zip code. And what you can do is you can click on a job. Like if I click here, select job, now this backup went there. Click here, now it says Rancho. Or you can even type it. So if you happen to go down here and you say, oh, Glendale, Arizona job, you can type it in too. Just go ahead and type it in. Then you want to fill out your name, your information, hit submit job, and then I'll get the email and I'll know you're interested in those jobs.
Okay. What if they are open to going anywhere? I mean, can they, without picking a city, can they just fill in their information and send it to you?
Yes, and they can even put backup Santa, standby Santa. They can write that. I'm open. I'm available. They definitely can do that. If you're open and available, my thing is call me ASAP. Call me up because I'd love to talk with you.
Is there a way for them to attach their photo and things like that here?
If they want to attach a photo, they need to go back to, I don't know about attaching a photo, but you want to go back to the Nationwide Santas here. You can also go to this santasmembership.com and click here where it says contact us.
Uh-huh.
And you click there. This is where you can send a message to us also. You can say, hey, I'm available. This is what I have. I'm available only in November. I'm only available in December, or I'm only available, after Thanksgiving, but I can't work till the 20th of December. So sometimes people do have availability.
And if they go to that contact page on the left side, there is a number there to call also.
There's a number to call. There's the phone number. Here's our address. And right here is our website. You can just copy and paste this address.
Your email.
Put in the email address, and you can send me a photo. If you want to text me a photo, I do have a cell phone. I'd have to give that to you though but you can always call me and I'll give you the cell phone. It's for texting only. So that basically is how that all works there. I'm going to unshare this because you probably don't want to stop sharing. I don't think you need more of that. And that's that in a nutshell, all the jobs we have. But like I said, I have a whole list of here, and Tony had typed up. See the difference between me and Tony. Tony typed hers and I wrote mine. But my sister, we're so opposite.
So let's challenge these Santas and Mrs. Clauses that are listening. Gina's got a list. Tony's got a list. I bet Gina can keep a toll here. Is let's see which list we can X out first.
That would be fun. That would
Yeah,
be fun.
that's
I want to say whose bedroom was the messiest as a little girl? Was it Tony or Gina? It was me.
Well, Santa would know.
that got creepy.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, let's go to our viewers and see if they got any questions. I'm sure there's a couple questions here for Gina, and let's see what they got to say.
Okay.
Questions or comments right now. Let me go up here. Angie starred some along the way. They may not be questions, they may be comments. Let's see. Frank Newton says, glad to be able to put a face with the name after all the calls with her.
He is working. Hi, Frank.
Rex Ray says, we love our Gina. That is so true, Rex. Elizabeth Bruce says, I'm looking forward to being a Mrs. Claus Gina, waiting for the gig of a lifetime.
Yes. Yes. I love
Liz is in Branson, Missouri.
I know,
by
and
the
her
way.
husband Tracy.
Yes, very good.
That was the other couple that I went to the Keeter Center with. Was Liz and Tracy. They're so sweet.
And they're two of the volunteers that helped out with School of Santas in Branson, and they're also volunteers for North Pole Cornerstones in February. So a shout out to Tracy and Liz, as always.
You think we would have learned. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
got
that's
a
for
Facebook
sure.
user that wants Jessica to PM them later. Can you tell who that is?
That was Bradshaw.
Ray Bradshaw.
Okay. Ray Bradshaw. PM him later.
I will. I'm trying to keep up with email and messaging and all that stuff. And I did see that AJ liked his photos from his Tuesday Night Live trivia. He got a business card. So he sent me a photo, and I went in and did a little bit of editing and just kind of tweaked it up a little bit and made him a really nice business card. So, and I think he liked it.
Nice.
Pretty cool. I'm not sure who this Facebook user is. Glad to be old and gray enough to join this year. My Santa friend's widow passed. Skip suit on me to carry on the tradition.
That was Wesley English.
Wesley English on that comment. Facebook user again. Hello, Gina. First year Santa here. Ron Crittenden. Is that how you said it?
Hi, Ron. He's working with me. Hi, Ron.
Yay.
Very good. And AJ Bayless, Santa AJ says, thank you, Jessica, for his picture. Jessica just mentioned that. And then Joshua says, hi, Gina. This is Santa Joshua.
Oh my God, he's a handful. Hi, Hi, Joshua. He has so much energy.
More than Sprinkle?
Yes, he does.
One of your Santas is also watching the show tonight. I haven't seen his thing up there, but he did tell me he was going to watch it. That's Dave Ketchum.
Hi, Dave. I know Dave. I met Dave. He's so sweet. Hi, Dave.
Yeah.
He had the tiny house. He lived in a tiny house. And then
He's been working on the trailer with Spangle, and my goodness, it looks amazing in there. I'm just so impressed.
I got an updated tour this afternoon. It is looking really good. I'm impressed. Diane Bean wants to know, Gina, have you gotten many Mrs. Claus jobs at this point?
So
I know last time we talked, you had picked up some.
We had picked up, and this is all the Mrs. Claus we're looking for right here. We have a customer who wanted some Mrs. Clauses, but she hasn't given us confirmation yet. And she's dragging her feet. We're actually very upset because she's taken too long to tell us this. She's booked a bunch of other Santas, and the Mrs. Claus part of it, they feel like it's still too early. I don't know what's taking them so long. But when those come in, we definitely will be posting those. We definitely will do that. Someone just asked a question. My insurance covers all Santa jobs. So not just working for me. If you have the insurance through us, it covers you on every one of your Santa jobs from August 1st to August 1st. That's how ours runs, August to August.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Here's one too going towards you too, and I don't know. I mean, It says, does how much a Santa charge affect how many gigs he gets from nationwide Santas?
Yes. So what'll happen is we will send, if they say like 3 Santas are available for a job, we'll send those 3 Santas to the client with the price of each Santa. So if you're, sometimes price is not a factor with the customer, that they'll say, you know what, I really like the way this guy looks. I know he's a little bit more, but we're going to take him. Or sometimes price is a factor, so they're going for the least expensive one. I never know with what the customer. So don't take it personal. I always say, please don't take it personal if you don't get selected for a job. I have very little input sometimes in that when there's more involved. If a customer chooses the Santa, we want to go with that because I want the Santa to feel that they've had an input in choosing their Santa. Now, if they choose a Santa where I already know, know what you're looking for, he's not the one for you. You may want to choose this one. Sometimes I'll step in.
And if a Santa tells you, he thinks he's all this and he wants $500 an hour to go work,
right?
Well, he's going to get slim to none jobs probably.
He is. And I'm going to tell you, if you want $500 an hour or something like that, here's another, this is a pet peeve of mine, is Santas with very little organization skills. So I have Santas who are charging a lot. And then what they'll do is they just continually keep calling me for, they lost the paperwork. They can't find the contract. They don't know where they're going. They need directions. They lost it, that their computer, whatever the case is. And then when you call us sometimes and we're trying to ask you if you're available for a job, you don't have your schedule readily available. You've got one schedule here, you've got this, and then you've got your master schedule, and your wife has a schedule, and you have so many schedules. You need to put everything in a binder. Go old school, print it up, put it all in there. If you're just using your phone and you think that that's going to do it, that's hard. You need to have a backup. Yes, put it in your phone, print everything up because you need the direction. There you go. Spangle has it. You need to have the directions, the contact person's name at your fingertips, because when you're in your car driving at 9 o'clock at night with a dome light in your car trying to look at your phone, you're not going to see anything. You need a piece of paper because we're old. We need that. That's all I'm saying. So have some organization skills when you talk to an agent. Don't be hemming and hawing, and know your price. When I ask you how much you're charging and you don't know what you charge, why are you even... You need to know how much you charge for the first hour and how much you charge for each additional hour. You need to be consistent. It doesn't matter if the person, it's this or that or whatever. I don't know half the time if the people are rich or not. I have no idea. They're just customers that calls. I don't know where they live. And a lot of times when you go to a rich house, the people that are paying for it happen to be just visitors in the house. They don't live there. So it is really hard. Just have one price. How much for the first hour? How much for each additional?
I try to keep everything on a paper calendar. I try to put it on my Google calendar.
Yes.
And whatever I'm writing, my chicken scratch notes from the customer when I'm talking to them, I try to take a picture of that also.
Yes.
With my phone.
Yes. I print everything. I print every email you guys send me, by the way. Every email that a Santa send me, it's prints, and it goes with the job that we have. In fact, let me see if I have a job here. I have here's look at this. Here's a book right here of... These are just Santa jobs right here. Just Santa jobs. And we put every paper, every email that came in, it's here. I know we're old school, like go Knights go, but we are we are paper people here in this office.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, so I've had a couple of questions about trivia answers. They're coming up in just a few moments. We do have a few more comments we need to catch here. I'm looking forward to working with Gina at the Big Box Sporting Goods store in East Ridge, Tennessee this year. Not sure who that was. Michael Day says first year Santa, hoping to become a member of Nationwide Santas maybe next year after getting some experience.
Hey, I'll take anyone. If you don't have experience, believe me, after working with me, you're going to be experienced.
On the job training.
Yes.
Let's see who this was. Hello, Gina. Starting my 3rd year. Love it. Santa Larry Hambrick.
Hi, Larry. Yes. Hi, Larry. He's in Georgia.
Someone says, I'm not sure who this one is either. It was nice talking with you today.
Daniel
Pless. Okay, Daniel says, nice talking with you
today. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Daniel. He's one of my clients. Wonderful Santa. Wonderful Santa. Very photogenic.
The big box stores don't want to pay for a Mrs. Claus, by the way. Mrs. Claus, if you want to work at the big box store, you have to go down and get hired as an employee, and then they call it an outfitter, where you'll wear the apron and jeans and you can work on the set, but you're not going to be dressed as Mrs. Claus. So you could go down, you can even tell them you want to work the hours your husband's working or whatever the case is. They'll hire you directly.
So if they did that and you sent the Santa to a different town, I guess the Mrs. Claus could stay in the hotel with the Santa.
If you're Santa and I put you in a hotel, you can have whoever you want in the hotel. I don't care. I just want to make sure that you show up on set when you're supposed to be there. But a lot of Mrs. Clauses do travel with their husband and or girlfriend, whoever's with them, and then they get a job at the store that we placed them in, so they're able to work too. It's really nice.
Do
Yes.
the stores give priority to that person?
Say that again to the store.
Okay, so let's say I'm Santa and I'm going to the big box store.
Okay.
And I'm bringing my wife with me.
Yes.
Can you say to the box store, would you say to the box store, hey, his wife's coming, would like to work on the set?
Sometimes I do. I'll call the store ahead of time and I'll say, hey, the Santa has a Mrs. Claus. She wants to work there. Who can she speak to? And I'll get the name of the person and make sure that I get that number and the name of the person so they can go there and talk to them.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Bacon has influence.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. I think we've covered all the questions. At this point, I don't see any more coming in. Let's go ahead and jump over here and reveal tonight's trivia answers. First thing I need to do is make sure we have winners for each one. Do we, Angela?
Yes.
That we have winners for all four. Let's start with the schoolofsantas.com, as we always do. When was the last monthly blue moon? That was August 30th, 2023, just a few days ago. What astrological phase did it occur? That's Pisces. When will our next monthly blue moon appear? That will be May 31st of 2026. And what is the unique distinction that this last blue moon was referred as? This is the Pascean full moon, also known as a super moon. Now you got blue moons, you got super moons, you got seasonal moons, you got monthly moons. I mean, it's crazy. I thought we only had one, and it was doing this.
Right. And let me throw this out there too, because I just got a message from Tanya for next year's school. I mean, you can try to win this here, but if you are wanting to go, we hold just over 100 people, and she said our registrations are at 106 right now.
6.
I know. We haven't even done anything yet. We haven't even listed. We haven't even changed over to the new website yet.
No. It's not. We haven't changed that over. That's Jessica has not changed that over.
Well, that's because somebody's still working.
But hey, that's a good problem to have. And now, I mentioned yesterday on the Bob and Randall show that yes, you have 106, 108, whatever that count was, but Spangle's got a way to turn the corners around, and he's going to try to fit a few more in there. So if you do want to go, get your name over to Tanya Lay at Branson Ticket and Travel. All right, now, the winner of the schoolofsantas.com's name goes in the hat for the drawing for the School of Santas 2024. That's the third weekend in July, and the winner is?
Diane Vian.
Diane Vian. Diane was she's an alumni. She attended this last July for the first time, had a fantastic time there. So her name goes in the hat for the drawing.
When you come to the school on the first couple nights, Gina sponsors all the cookies and stuff. So, I mean, come eat some of Gina's cookies.
I like the way that sounds. Cookies. All right. Let's go ahead and do stuffforsanta.com. The moon orbits around Earth is elliptical. The point of the orbit closest to the Earth is known as perigee, while the point farthest from the Earth is known as epigee. And our winner?
This was stuff for Santa, you said?
Yes, stuff for Santa.
That was Jeff Willette.
Jeff Olette. Good job, Jeff. Fantastic. You get the reindeer cards.
Yes, and I think he's on his way up there to Charles W. Howard here real soon.
Yeah, well, and there's a few guys, the St. Nicholas Institute was this weekend too. So I know Russell Hurd is up there this weekend. Okay, going on to TNL Productions. The scholarship for North Pole Cornerstones, the San Antonio River Authority was founded in 1937. It was formed to assist in flood control efforts by architect Robert Hugman and developer Jack White, manager of White Plaza Hotels. And the plan for the downtown Riverwalk is initiated in March of 1941. Winner?
Larry Davis.
Larry Davis. Larry was also at Branson this last year. Fantastic. So your name goes in the hat for the drawing for the San Antonio.
I mean, it's got to
February
be there
2nd,
to be
3rd,
square.
4th. What's that?
I mean, you got to be at Branson, either be there or be square.
Yeah, Jessica's
Someday
going to be
we gotta
there.
get Gina there.
Jessica's coming. And something we want to talk about before we get away tonight, Jessica, is that you're going to do something a little bit different in San Antonio. But let's finish what we're doing, and we'll go on to that and let you talk about that. And
Okay.
we're working really hard trying to get Gina to come to San Antonio. She would have a good time if she'd just show up. But I know you're busy. We'll keep talking
how much
about
is
it.
that?
Would only have to be charged like twice. You'd
What
only
month is
have
San Antonio?
February.
Second, third, and fourth, San Antonio.
Okay.
Okay, so Jessica is going to give her answer away. Go ahead, Jessica.
Before I do that, I was going to show the picture I did of what's that? Russell Hurd.
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
Oh,
Russell Hurd.
The
Russell.
bagpiper.
Yeah,
He's the bagpiper Santa.
He's the Scottish Santa. Didn't that turn out
He
so
is.
cute? I
Yes, he
love
was
it.
killed a lot of times, and he plays the bagpipes. And he is one of my local Santas here, one of my Texas State Santas, and a 4 or 5 time Sat Bob's alumni, as well as a School of Santas alumni. So the guy gets around.
yeah. Oh,
And he's
yeah.
at St. Nicholas this weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so my question was, how many bicycles are on the home page of Google's Santa Tracker website? Bonus, what year did Google start tracking Santa? And the answer is 6 bikes. There are 2 red, 1 yellow, 1 green, 2 blue. And the year was 2004 is when Google started tracking Santa.
And it was 2005 when Google started tracking the rest of the population of the world.
Well, they had to practice with Santa,
I mean, have
And
you
your
ever had
winner,
your phone
Angie?
sitting there and you got it sitting down next to you, it's turned off, and you're talking about something, and then you grab your phone and every ad you see is on something you're talking about.
Oh, I
Just
talk about
happens.
I talk about Christmas and Santa Claus and photo shoots all the time. My phone has got to think I'm crazy.
Well, and your smart TV does the same thing. So, and
Yeah,
sometimes I'm not so sure if the computer's not either. Angie,
Oh, I
we got a
know.
winner.
Yes, it is Nick Casey on YouTube.
Nick Casey won that one off of YouTube. Nick was our triple winner last week. And of course, Jessica only once a month, so that was the only one he was actually available to win tonight. Because,
Yep.
like always, with the prize giveaways, you go on a 30-day holding pattern after you've won one of the prizes. So, as far as the drawings go, you can win as many times as you want for the School of Santas and for the TNL Trivia North Pole Cornerstone.
Now, this is coming up. We're at the last show is coming up at the end of this month, right? Is that
November
when-
7th.
November 7th. Okay.
November 7th.
So
And she's
that'll
going to go ahead and play your promo and let you talk through it.
Okay.
So this is for Nick.
This is for Nick. That's correct.
Okay, Nick, you get 4 options. Option number 1 is that you get a one-sided business card, do it yourself printing. I'm just doing the design for you, but you can send me a photo and I can design just that one side for you for a business card. Option number 2, you know how Gina was talking about, and then plus I also kind of mentioned that there was a photo that I did for AJ that I did a little tweaking, a little fixing, and all that kind of stuff, where I can kind of make it look a little bit more presentable. So if you've got 10 cell phone photos, now they have to be non-professional. I can't work on somebody else's work. And all I'm doing is doing some basic editing just to make it look a little bit more presentable and a little bit more professional. Option number 3 is that you can schedule a time for a 30-minute constructive review and consultation of your website and or social media. We kind of talked about that a little bit tonight. So I'm really excited that we got, I'm really excited that you get this option where I can come in and kind of tweak it and kind of give you a little bit of an outside perspective of what might be hindering you or what could be helpful for you. And then, of course, the last option, and matter of fact, I heard Diane, I was working on Diane's promo this last week here. I'm almost done, Diane. It's almost there. But the promo is where you can send me some information about you and you working as Santa, and then I can design an ad for you to put on your social media page promoting your services. You get to choose 1 through 4 options.
And Jessica can be found on Facebook as well as
everywhere.
Anywhere.
I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. I actually just posted on my my personal Facebook page. I've got Linktree that actually shows all of my pages and stuff like that I have as an option. And it's jess.rosa. If you go to the Linktree, like linktree.com, jess.rosa, I think is what it is.
He's also on my list, but we won't tell you what list this is.
Anyway,
Always
Nick, just get with Jessica and pick out which of the 4 options you have there as the winner of the holidayphotomagic.com trivia tonight. Now, Nick was a first-time viewer last week, and he won all 3 trivia questions last week. So his name went in the hat for the School of Santa's drawing. His name went in the hat for the North Pole Cornerstones, and he won the Stuff for Santa trivia last week. So he got a gift, whatever last week's gift was. But what I didn't explain, because I forget that guys are new here. But yes, Nick, once you've won a particular prize, we have you go into timeout for 30 days. You cannot win a prize only once every 30 days, because in the beginning we had a couple of guys that was winning everything, and people said, well, I don't ever get a chance to win because this guy's always winning, and so we kind of had to make a rule. It's known as the Scott Parker rule, by the way.
Yeah, he wants number 4. He wants option number 4.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, definitely find me on Facebook. I love to communicate through Messenger because my inbox, my email box, I should probably do what Gina does, but I couldn't afford all the ink.
It's expensive.
Yes, it is. Especially,
Yes.
well, if I got Spangle's printers, Spangle's got a really good printer that has like the tanks and stuff like that. But I haven't dumped my ink cassette, printer yet. So I'm still spending this crazy amount. But I love Messenger because it's easy for me to find messages. It's easy for me to see where I left off in the conversation with you. So if you need to get in touch with me, definitely reach out to me through Facebook Messenger. That's one of my favorites. But I do try to do email as well, but it usually takes me a couple of days because I find it and then I gotta go back and then find it and then I go back and find it again. So I call it the avalanche. So.
Before we start promoting the next show and everything, Gina, is there anything else that you want to tell our viewers that we haven't covered tonight?
You know what? I think I made some notes, but it looks like we covered everything. I think we did here. We covered everything, and I'm just so happy to be here tonight and be part of the show. I love this show. You guys do a great job. Just a fabulous job in educating the Santa community.
Well,
Now,
we have guests like you. It makes it so much easier for us.
yeah. Okay, so we just had this question pop up. You're going to know who it's coming from because he asked every time. So Gina posted on social media we could ask her anything. So here goes. Gina, will you ever consider doing another membership gathering? You know who that is, right?
Is it Rex?
Of course.
He was at all of them, so he and Darlene
Yes.
both were there.
Yes.
So nice.
And by the way, Darlene was number 3 on your membership, and he was number 4. He clarified that earlier.
4, yes, that's true. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, never say never. Say that. Never say never.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, is it
All right, so before
April?
April was always a good month. That's when I did that. It was a good month to do it.
yeah, it's not too hot in Vegas yet. Just
Right.
right. Goldilocks time.
But
Jessica,
if you come to
before we
Vegas, come see me. That's what I say. Come to Vegas and just visit me. I'll be more than happy to spend time with you. Let's go to dinner. We'll go to the Bacchanal buffet at Caesars. We'll gamble a little bit. We'll go see a show. I would love to do all that with you. So come to Vegas. Yes, and let me know.
All right, we're planning our trip now, Gina.
All right. So
Wait, before we go, Spangle, real quick, I want Jessica to tell us about what she's going to do in February. Instead of having her regular setup, she's going to do something different, and we want to kind of start promoting that.
Oh, we've been working on this. I mean, I only get like an hour a week to I just sit down and go, okay, let me think about this logistically, because the logistics is the hardest part, throughout all of this. The studio, we've really put a lot of time and effort into the studio, and we really feel like, even if you're a new Santa and you've never worked before, come have a session with me, because not only am I going to help you with your portfolio, but I'm going to show you how to work on the sets, and I'm going to show you how to emote. And it's so great. But the problem is that when I'm in the big showrooms at the vendor spaces, hauling all of this stuff over there, because I mean, I can't bring my new beautiful, look at this clock. Isn't this just looks like Santa made this clock. I can't bring something like that, well, I can, but it could get hurt or damaged, and it's a lot. So what we're going to do is we're not going to travel with the full sets anymore, because it's just too much to do. So what we're going to do instead is that I'm going to set up headshot booth where everybody needs a good headshot. You can come to me. It's very affordable. It's going to be, and the turnaround on the headshots are going to be very quick, and because they're not going to be illustrated like all of the other work that I do. So you'll be able to get that a lot easier. But the really big thing that I'm excited about is I'm going to put together a sound booth. So you can come to me and I can hand you a script. I'm going to have several scripts. I've got a teleprompter. And what you'll do is you'll sit down. And if you want to see what it would be like, you can go to my TikTok page, Bob Oosterhuis. I think I've said that right. Sorry, Bob, if I butchered that. But he did where you can see the lighting. The lighting is really great. It's dynamic, and we got great sound, because sound is really important in your videos. And what I'm able to do is do little clips, 10, 15, and 30-second clips that you can purchase, that you can not only put on your social media pages, you can put on your TikTok or your Instagram reels, because when people hear you and see you interact, it influences how they want to connect with you and hire you. So, and because a lot of you are just using a cell phone like this, this will allow me to be able to give you a much better result.
Yes, fantastic. Liz likes the idea.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm checking my TikTok page.
Oh, Johnny. I just,
Anyway, Jessica,
where's your
Elizabeth loves the idea of the headshot and the photo booth. She said, "See you in San Antonio." So
All
yes,
right.
it's going to be really, really great, and it's going to be something that we can turn around really fast, because then that way, when you come to the studio, I can navigate the pace of my editing, because what happens is in one weekend, bam, I got 20 clients all at one time. And I can only do one at a time. And although the first half of the set are usually okay, the last half are really anxious, really like, just send me one, can I get one, and it's really stressful, and I'm getting to the point where, guys, I just don't have that much capacity to keep doing it that way. So this way, if you come to the studio, we can regulate how fast and the production time, and maybe even lower the production time to being considerably, because right now, if I go to an event, it's 6 to 8 months. There's just no other way that I mean, I've tried everything I could think of, hiring people, and I'm sorry, I'm just not going to compromise on quality. I'm just not going to do it. It's my name, it's my work, it's my love. I just can't do it. So, when it comes to it, it's going to be a much better solution for everybody.
yeah, I think everybody can see that it's going to work out better that way. It spreads it out and allows you to continue to do what you do. So,
Yeah,
Well,
and I
all right,
love it.
Spangle.
I guess after my bad TikTok joke, I guess I ought to say, hey, join us next week for our next Tuesday Night Live episode, 7 p.m. Central Time, where our featured guest will be none other than Santa Kenny Blair. I mean,
That's right.
that is going to be a good time. And guys,
It
don't
is.
forget to catch next Monday's show with Bob and Randall. Mondays at 3 p.m. Central. I mean, we got your Mondays and we got your Tuesdays taken care of.
Yeah,
And if
and
you watch the Bob and Randall show, there's still enough time to watch Monday Night Football.
yeah, sure is.
Oh,
And I
you
had
mean
this other guy that you and I know pretty well, Spangle, named Scott Saratine. He's talking to me the other day about starting a third show. I looked at him and I said, "Dude,
did you
okay,
smack
North Pole Corner." North Pole Cornerstones invite you to join us in San Antonio,
him?
Texas, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2024. Go over to npcornerstones.com. Everything's on the website, updating that weekly, if not daily. It's got all the curriculum that we've worked on so far, all the pricing, links to get the special price for the hotel that you have to do right there on site. Go over and check it out. We also have a Facebook page. If you can't get over to there, you can always come over to North Pole Cornerstones on Facebook. Jessica, over to you.
Spangle, do you have any closing thoughts?
Hey, I'm going to put me some bacon and have me a bacon sandwich here in just a minute. Hey, Gina, we want to thank you so much for joining us and being our featured guest. We always have a good time with you. You're a wonderful person. You're
We do. One of our favorites for sure. We're so looking forward to seeing everyone in San Antonio. And again, we're trying our best to get Gina to come down. If you can't come down there though, doggone it, we're coming to Vegas to see you. That's for sure. Also, folks, remember the new Tuesday Night Live merchandise, fancylees.com. That will help support the cost of this channel and can allow us to continue to give you the great content that we try to bring to you week in and week out, not only on the Monday show, but the Tuesday show. That's all lumped under TNL Productions. Big thank you to schoolofsantas.com, stuffforsanta.com, holidayphotomagic.com, thermapparel.com, fancylees.com. Got to mention North Pole Cornerstones and Sat Bob's, and of course, Nationwide Santas. All our shows are recorded, so go check them out. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Tuesday Night Live. It doesn't matter where you go find them, just go find them. All right, as yet another show comes to an end, we want to wish everyone, each and one of you, happy closing. Tell everyone good night, Spangle.
Good night, Spangle.
Say good night, Jessica.
Good night, Jessica.
Very good, Gina. Thank
Good
you
night,
again,
Gina.
dear.
Hey, Gina,
Yeah,
what's that website for the Santa jobs again?
SantasMembership.com.
SantasMembership.com.
SantasMembership.com. Jot that down, guys. If you're looking for work,
And let me
she's
just
the
throw
one.
this out there too. I mean, even if you think you got all the jobs you need this year, go look at SantaMembership.com and look at the jobs they got. You may find something that you might like. Hey, I could fit this in. Go check them out.
Yeah, you know,
Browse
she's
them.
got season. She's got full season jobs. She's got one-offs. She's got everything you're looking for. Even got some Mrs. Claus stuff. Hey, you never know. You might find a place to call home.
Let's see if we can get enough Santas on there to crash our site tonight.
Hey, that would be cool. All right, remember to join us for our next Tuesday night live each week, 7 p.m. Central, same Claus time, same Claus channel. Not your blessings, not your sorrows. Make your troubles be small and your blessings be large. Have a blessed week. Until next time, on behalf of Gina Bacon, Spangle, Jessica, Rex, Melissa Lynn, Randall, Angela Scott, and myself, I'm Santa Bob McMaster saying good night. Remember, always let your Claus heart shine bright. Never stop learning. Hope to see you right back here next Tuesday night. And come see us on Monday. We're always having a blast over there, too. It's a fun show. See you guys in the green room.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.